Hello Slapafish community, welcome back to another World Tanks Conference video. So in this video, we're going to be reviewing the Mark, Wiesel 1 Mark prototype. So let's just go ahead and buy it. So for this, I'm going to play 2 matches in the Wiesel, which I'm going to show you 2 matches in the Wiesel Mark 1. And the first one is I'm going to run out stock, and all I'm going to put on the tank is, I'm not even going to put, here, we're going to run a 1 skill that has quick learner so I can train crews, and we'll put some boosters on it. And we may actually put we'll put no camo. And let's put 100 high explosives just in case we may be able to do something. And that's it. That's all we're gonna do for this first match, and I'll see you when we get a match. Alright, so we're on the Hell's Highway. This is very it's stock, as you can see. The only thing I put on here was a commander that had quick learner, so I could train my crew. Good commander XP, and I only put the consumables on. So this is a stock Wiesel Mark 1. So we're going to see what it does, and yeah. Also, I'm going to play it stock once, then I'm going to go away, play it 10 times, then come back with a replay of my thoughts over the tank. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to compare it to the Martyr A1, which is the best comparison the Wiesel Mark 1 can go through, too. Alright, so we really spotted. No way, there's a Igno? No, really. Oh, there's a person over here. What is it? Ignis. A lot of people. Oh, I'm getting shot. Well, let's quick commander. I have no idea what chewed me up right there. It was a light. Oh, it's a Wiesel. Yeah, I think it chewed me up. I lost my commander. And, well, yeah. Please don't hurt me. I'm kind of scared, honestly. Ow. I'll go for this Ignis because, dang, I'm getting targeted. Put some shots in the Ignis while I ran away and get everything knocked out on my tank. Because I don't. And kill myself. Well, that was my first match in the Wiesel Mark 1, so I'll see you after the 10 matches I play. Alright, I'm back after the 10 matches, and I fully loaded the tank, so let's just go through, like, a tank comparison. So, when I first looked at this Wiesel Mark 1, I was like, is that the same gun on the Martyr A1? So, that's exactly what we're in comparison to, and the gun is almost identical. So, as you can see on screen right now, the Martyr A1 actually has more hit points, 200 more hit points. Camo on the Wiesel is better by 60 meters. View range is better on the Wiesel by 20 meters. And the pin is actually way better on the Martyr 1A1 at 192 and 45 watts high explosive. The damage is the same at 25 and 30. The DPM is way better on the Wiesel Mark 1. And this is only taking into account the main gun, the 20 mil. You gotta remember the Martyr 1A1 also uses a ATGM launcher. And you'll see in a second, the shots per clip is actually much higher on the Wiesel Mark 1. And the reload is 3 seconds better on the Wiesel. So let's go to more of the gun statistics. This is where I wanted to really look at the tank. So the inner clip reloads are the exact same at .06. Shots per clip is 75 on the Martyr 1A1, which gives it a potential damage of 1,875 versus the 2,500 on the Wiesel Mark 1. The aim time, accuracy, turret rotation during turret rotation and gun velocity are all better on the Martyr 1A1. The horsepower per ton is way better on the Wiesel Mark 1. Top speed, reverse attack is way better on the Marder 1A1, and the reverse of tracks. Turret is better on the 1A1. The tracks is better on the Mark 1. So, as you can see, the air clip, same. Yeah, potential is better on its clip, but all the accuracy statistics and mobility statistics goes to the Marder 1A1, except to the horsepower per ton. I'm guessing the horsepower per ton kind of limits it, kind of balances out between the two. And yeah, the Marder 1A1 is basically just the Wiesel Mark 1 with better gun accuracy and with AT jumps. And a little bit bigger. So let's just go on to how I actually loaded this tank out. So I actually thought this tank plays like a stealthy ambush tank, because as you witnessed in the very first match I played, that mobility and getting shot up like that was not going to work. I learned that very quickly in the first couple of matches, because I did try to play aggressive in the Wiesel Mark 1. There are a ton of little guns. What I mean by little guns, like automatic cannons that are lower than 50 cal. Like the Marder 1A2, the BMP2, the secondary gun on the French medium tanks, other Wiesels. There's a lot of little guns that will just light you up that the Era 3 Wiesel does not have to face at Era 3. And also, since you are slower in the Mark 1 than the Era 3 Wiesel, you have to play a little bit more passive. So, what did I load this tank up with? So, I loaded the tank up for the equipment, optics, vents concealment, crew vents, and the enhanced missile warning system. I dropped the enhanced targeted info. My skills are Born Leader, Deadeye, Camouflage Expertise, Sixth Sense, Green Thumb, Muffle Shot, Situation Awareness, Supply Conservation, and Mark Target. So, more of a passive build. So, my my thoughts of the tank when I was playing it, can't run around like the Era 3 because of all the little guns that are in Era 2, and this tank is much slower. Plays like a stealthy ambush tank like the T-92 or the Infantillantos. Especially, it plays more like the Infantillantos because the Infantillantos can clip out any tank it sees. Pretty much any tank it sees. Get behind and just clip out. You've seen that in the Vineyards match I played. Vineyards. It has not a lot of ammunition. As you notice, I took off the 100 high explosive and just ran the regular APDS. Because you run out of ammunition quite fast in this tank. Which is probably a balancing factor of the Wiesel Mark 1. And I also want to say, this may be a little controversial, but I do think it is lacking in the firepower department. Not just because of the stats, just because of how it felt to play. Because there's other, little guns. The French medium tanks have their 120s. The BMP2 has the ATGM, so does the Marder 1A1. Other tanks that have, a small little small caliber gun like this has, ATGMs or their main gun to use. So this kind of feels a little bit lacking in that department. But it makes up for that for the amazing concealment. It can't have both. If it had the missiles and the little gun, then it would be really quite OP. Plus the concealment. But yeah, I think the concealment is the only reason to play this tank. Well, if it wasn't for the concealment, there would be no reason to play this tank. Why? Because if you want to play this gun, as I proved in the statistics, the Marder 1A1 has this tank beat. So does the BMP2. Because They both have 80 gems. Yes, the Martyr 1A1 has less DPM and less potential for clip, but it also has 80 gems. So, yeah, there's that. So, the camo is what helps makes this tank. This tank didn't have camo and do what it's able to do, it would not be able to keep up in Era 2. That's my thoughts. Hope y'all guys enjoy this video. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, remember Slapafish because we're always not. And peace out. See ya.